Realize.
A lot of times, most of our family members ask us, this bowler should be in contention, this batsman should be in contention. With injuries cropping up in the T20 World Cup, constantly, whenever we are doing our shows, there is a constant flood of thought. They say, play this bowler, play this batsman. Why is he not in? He will be a great fit. Well, today in this special video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an explainer on certain individuals as to why they are in the reckoning for the India cap for future series and who are definitely not in the fray. The simple answer lies with the amount of cricket that you play. Remember, IPL, India A tours, overseas tours, India senior tours, there is a hierarchy of cricket that you play. And the amount of cricket that you play, irrespective of the format that you are in, plays a major role in determining who is in and who is out. So in this context, I'm going to look at certain players who recently excelled in the domestic season. In what respect? The A tour. You all will be remembering that there was a recent tour between India A and New Zealand A, played in Karnataka and in Tamil Nadu. 3 unofficial tests, 3 unofficial one-dayers. India won the 3-match series 1-0, the tests. The first match at the Chinnaswamy Stadium was drawn. The second at the KSCA ground in Hubballi was drawn. And the third match, India won by 113 runs. The 3 one-dayers that followed at the Chepauk Stadium in Chennai saw India whitewashing New Zealand A 3-0. Now there were some very, very notable performances, and in this context, it is here that we say, why are some people in the reckoning for the India cap and why some are not? Now, if you have to look at who was the top batter in the India A versus New Zealand A ODIs, the one-dayers if I am talking about, this certain individual tops it. Sanju Samson. Sanju Samson in that 3 matches hit 120 runs at an average of 60 and with a strike rate of 88.8. This is why, according to the grapevine that is there, according to several media reports, Sanju Samson is in the reckoning to be selected in the India squad for the ODI series. He could be elevated to the post of vice captain also, because remember, the original Indian cricket team are leaving for Australia on October 5, and after that the ODI series will take place. Sanju Samson is a very strong contender to be in the leadership core of that ODI series, and it is not a bad call considering that in the series against New Zealand A he did really well. Of course, he did well in the series against Ireland and Zimbabwe to a certain extent. He didn't set the stage on fire, but here he has done it. Who tops after Samson? Prithvi Shaw, who is also making a comeback and has got a point to prove. He has an average of 47 with a strike rate of 130. That strike rate is very, very important because Prithvi Shaw, remember, he made a good start to the Indian cricket team but has faded away. Lack of form, injuries at the wrong time, plus the ban for 8 months really hurt his confidence. Shardul Thakur, both with the bat and the ball in the New Zealand A series, has really done well. Had some good runs at the lower order, average of 76, was dismissed just once, although he just played only 2 matches. But that strike rate yet again, 133. If in form, Shardul Thakur can really deliver for India. But there is a problem with his bowling, which I will come to in the next slide. Rituraj Gaikwad, another one of the individuals who's taking a claim for the 2023 ODI World Cup. 71 runs, average of 35.5, strike rate of 80.6. He had a very middling series, Rituraj Gaikwad, but it does not discount the fact that he is there, possibly as a backup to Shikhar Dhawan in the 2023 ODI World Cup. But Sanju Samson is showing that yes, he is in form. Perhaps he did not have the slot in the T20 World Cup, because remember, if it was not for Rishabh Pant, it was Dinesh Karthik. If it was not for Dinesh Karthik, potentially Ishan Kishan, and then probably it was Sanju Samson. So if Sanju Samson is not in the T20 World Cup scheme of things, he might be in the scheme of things for the ODI World Cup in 2023. Top bowlers, if you have to look at it in the India A series, Kuldeep Yadav. Once again, an individual with a point to prove. 3 matches, 7 wickets at an average of 14 and an economy rate of 4.08. Included a hat-trick also in one of the games. Kuldeep injuries came at the very wrong time, and he was also a little bit unlucky that he could not make the trip to Australia because he has a good record in Australia. So Kuldeep also has a point to prove, and this series has kept him in firm reckoning that he's there in the ODI scheme of things. He also could be selected in the ODI series against Australia, against South Africa. Then Raj Bawa, Rahul Chahar and Shardul Thakur. I had said Shardul Thakur had a problem with his economy, right? Look at the economy, 6.36. That is probably hurting Shardul's chances a lot more. Even the average did not set the stage on fire in the 3 one-days against New Zealand. But Rahul Chahar, Raj Bawa, Kuldeep, but Kuldeep's performance really is an indication as to what he can do on Indian pitches heading into the 2023 ODI World Cup. Now there were the 3 tests, remember, the unofficial tests. One has to really applaud Rajat Patidar. Rajat Patidar has been in such sublime form. He was one of the key factors in Madhya Pradesh winning a historic Ranji Trophy title, and even in the tests against New Zealand, 319 at an average of 106. Perhaps in the long run, they might want to give Rajat Patidar a chance. Even in the one-dayers, he did impress with lower down the order with his batting, but he didn't get too many chances. Rajat Patidar in the test series was a revelation, and he was one of the reasons why India won 1-0. Rituraj Gaikwad at the top yet again showed that he's consistent. When given a long rope, he can be consistent, but India unfortunately now has a problem of plenty. So that is why this is bound to happen. Priyank Panchal, another domestic stalwart who's been doing so well at that stage. He's been consistent in the Ranji Trophy year on year, season on season, scoring runs. But 228 and an average of 57, he still cannot break into that Indian lineup. Why? Because even Abhimanyu Easwaran had a good run, but there is already Shubman Gill and KL Rahul along with Rohit Sharma. So where does he fit into that top order? Now top bowlers, Mukesh Kumar and Saurabh Kumar with 9 wickets. Both relatively new players, and you have to understand that it is thanks to the depth in the IPL that is giving them. Saurabh Kumar not so much, Mukesh Chaudhary and Mukesh Kumar, both these guys have done well for the domestic teams in the Ranji Trophy. So that is continuing in the test matches. Shardul and Kuldeep also had 3 wickets, and this is where Umran Malik does not fit into the scheme of things. Even in the tests and in the 2 one-dayers that he played against New Zealand 4 matches, just 2 wickets. Umran Malik was found out at the highest level even there. So for people who are asking why should Umran Malik immediately be included in the Indian team for the T20 World Cup, he has to first make big strides in the India A system. If he is not making big strides in the India A system, it means he has a problem. He has to really evolve as a bowler. Even in the match against Ireland that we saw, somehow by a stroke of luck, he defended in excess of 10 runs. But he was raw. And you could see that in the IPL, barring 1 or 2 matches, he just was hit all over the park. The performances of Umran Malik in the India A versus New Zealand A series means that he has to work on his game a lot more, and he really has to get plenty of game time to ensure he comes into that India setup. Umran Malik, yes, for certain series he can make the cut, but definitely not in T20 World Cup or for any other T20 format in this current scenario. More you play, the better you will become. India A, if you put in the hard strides, you will make it. Sanju will make it to the India team for the South Africa series, not just because of this performances in the series, but because the core team is going for the Australia T20 World Cup. So that is the way how you can grab upon that opportunity. So Sanju Samson is in the reckoning for the 2023 ODI World Cup. One hopes that he can maintain that consistency, but Umran Malik has to get plenty of game time. 2 wickets in 4 games across 2 different formats is not a good indicator. Umran Malik needs pace, needs depth, needs variety, needs consistency. And that might potentially keep him in the loop for a 2023 ODI World Cup spot. Remember, IPL is not a one-way ticket to the T20 World Cup, folks. If you do well in the IPL, you get a promotion to play bilateral T20 series. If you do well there consistently, then and only then you can stake a claim for the T20 World Cup. It's pretty simple. The progression is like that only. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.